Why you don't need a business plan. Hi, I'm Lucy Griffiths, and I've been in the world of entrepreneurship for about 10 years now. And the reality is that when I first started out, I really thought I needed a business plan. Everyone tells you the first thing you need to do is get a business plan. I remember going to kind of these working mums groups and these cooperatives, and everyone would say, have a business plan. And I spent a fair bit of time on my business plan to present to my bank manager. But the reality is that actually what I put on that document does not actually equal anything that I did in business. And it was really a distraction. So if you're starting out in business and you're wanting to think, do I need a business plan? And it's taking you forever to do it. Honestly, just get rid of it, bin it. Spend a couple of hours, no more, and just one document. So it can be one piece of paper, whether that's, you're writing down your ideas. You could divide it up into 4 pieces. And so it's kind of one segment about marketing and how you're going to attract customers, what you're going to be, what you're going to sell, and then ultimately how you're going to make money. And so as long as you are covering those things so that the people who are investing in you, whether that's the bank manager, whoever it may be, sees that you've got a plan. This is how I'm going to attract people into the business. This is what I'm going to sell. I know there's a market for this because I've done some research and testing. And then this is how I sell myself or my products. As long as you've got that road tested, and then ultimately, if it's a physical product, how you're going to deliver that. Otherwise, if it's an online product, are you going to be using Zoom calls, or are you going to be using just you and a coaching session one-to-one? Whatever it may be, as long as you've got those bits ironed out, you can set up in business. So often people are held back by the kind of rigmarole, the red tape of setting up a business, rather than actually the doing. Because I find in the doing that I test and tweak and modify. And so if I'm in theory mode and I'm not actually implementing and doing, I'm so busy thinking about it that I'm not really road testing it. And it was the same with discovering who my ideal client was. I was so busy thinking about this sort of ethereal figure of an ideal client that I didn't actually get on with the doing. Because the reality is, when you get on with it, you are actually delivering. And so for many people, we are in business because of forces of nature that shaped us. So for me, I couldn't go back to journalism, so I had to find something else to do. And so I had to find something that was going to work for me and was really flexible enough. And many people can relate to that. So I wasn't in business because it was like this calling and this passion. It was just, I happened to think, okay, let's give this a go. And gradually I found my niche and I found my way. And so many people are like that. But the reality is that, often we are made to feel as though we need to have this big business plan and we need to have these great big goals and objectives. But you don't. Start out with where you're at and it will grow and evolve. And if you honor that and say, you know what, I'm testing, I'm tweaking, I'm refining, that's okay. That is how business works, because you will modify, you will respond to the market. Rather than having this big theory about what you need to have, just go with your gut instinct. Does it work? What do I need to change? How do I need to adapt and modify? And you will respond to market forces rather than the theory of what's in your head, particularly when you are first starting in business and you don't necessarily know. Like when I first started out in this current business, I thought I wanted to coach mums, but I would have been so unsuited to that. And if I'd have spent weeks working on this big business plan about coaching mums, that would have just been a complete and utter waste of time. It was only when I was actually in the business of working with mums in a way of, working about, looking at how to help mums be more productive, that I realized this isn't really suited to me. And so it's only when you're in the business of doing rather than thinking that you discover this isn't working. And then you can tweak, and then you can refine and, adapt the business accordingly. So don't give yourself a hard time if you don't have the business plan. And, the business plan for for 2023, you don't need it. All you need to do is work out, what are my big core goals for the year? What are the things that I want to achieve? And if you've got that vision of what you want, I love doing a vision board, and I have a video that's all about vision boards, so check that one out. But I love doing a vision board of the goals and dreams that I have. And that makes me feel so much more excited. And that's much more in line with me, rather than some kind of business plan where I'm looking at, my core objectives and whatever. That just doesn't feel particularly exciting to me. So I'm not going to do it, but I will get excited about what my dreams and goals are. And so it might be that they are very similar, but it's that language and the way that you feel about them that matters. So if you are feeling like you should do a business plan, I'm giving you a permission slip to say, no, thank you. I'm going to test and tweak and modify. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you found this useful. I share lots of tips and strategies to help you build and grow your online business. If you like this video, please subscribe and hit the bell. And I will see you again soon. Thanks so much for watching. Bye, bye, bye.